If you ever feel stupid, just know that I used to be with a guy that, because I missed his call just once, he told me to write an apology letter on a paper, 250 words. Yeah, because I missed his call once. And guess what? I wrote the letter. I did. And in that letter, what I said, the first sentence I wrote was, I'm not writing this letter because you asked me to write it. I'm writing this letter because I'm really sorry for not picking your call. And I actually wrote like a whole 200 words. Like, I actually wrote plenty things there. And for that same guy, in my father's house, we use washing machine to wash clothes. But I will go to his house, I'll wash his jeans, his clothes with my bare hands. And I was doing it voluntarily. I'll wash his hand, I'll cook for his clothes, rather, I'll cook for him. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, so yeah.
In case you feel stupid or you feel like you've made a lot of terrible mistakes in the name of love, I want to use this opportunity to remind you that there is a girl out there that followed her boyfriend to a shrine where they used her menstrual blood for money ritual so that the guy will get richer. And now she bleeds every day, she menstruates every day, and not to even make it worse, her and the boy, they are no more together.
If you ever feel stupid, just remember that I went to my ex place unannounced. Normally, I do go to his place unannounced. And when I got there, I was at his gate for 30 to 40 minutes. I was knocking. This guy did not answer me, only for him to text me and be like, why did you come to my house? Go home, blah, 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 blah. And normally, he has never told me to go home, like never. So that one felt so suspicious. And I was like, no, I'm not going home. Come and open the gate. And he said, I should sleep there. In his words, so I'm not even capping. He said, I should sleep there. So I was shy at his gate. Then I can't look the fence. I said, this fence not really go far. This fence be like fence. You know, even I reached the one where I fly for school that year. Like, you know, really high like that. I first throw my bag inside. I threw my bag. Thankfully, the dog will get the dog sabi me way. So when I threw my bag inside, the dog was backing. Then when I can't jump inside, the dog was see me, say yes, so it's sabi me. I can't go in front. Like, you know, as I can't go in front door. I was knocking, this guy did not answer. Until I carried stone, I was like, I'm going to break his glasses. It's all his window glasses, and I'm going to open that gate and go to my house. I don't mind, because I was already angry. Only for this guy to open. When he opened, the girl that he claimed that she was just his friend. Have you though? Because this stuff happened like 2 years back. I can't remember, 2 or 3 years, I don't know. So this guy told me that this girl was just his friend all along. So when I saw the girl, I was like, this girl, I told me that she's just your friend. And if she's really your friend, why can't she open the door for me? I was already angry. And this guy, he now slapped me. He slapped me. He beat. He not really beat, but he slapped me and he beat his hand on me. Apart from that one, when I was already angry, then he told his so-called she's just a friend to beat me. And mind you, this girl beat Grace come off my body. I'm not capping. The girl beats me. If she beats me and he was holding me, he owed me. Like when somebody they owed you, make the girl feel beat you. Not be say owed, say separate. He owed me, say make the girl feel beat me. And that girl beat Grace come off my body. I wasn't able to fight. I wasn't able to do anything. I was just there. The girl was beating me. Long story short, they chased me out of the house. I shamefully went with a lot of injuries on my body. I went to my house. Did I leave him? No. Because what am I? I'm a fool for love. I'm a very foolish person for love. I'm very, very foolish for love. Then we got back together. He gave me a lame excuse then. He told me that it was because I flew his fence and I threatened to break his windows. That was why he did what he did. But he actually still likes me. That he's going to block the girl. Mind you, he blocked the girl. He showed me that he blocked the girl. But whenever I go to his place, I'm always seeing the girl texting him. Hey. Well, to cut this whole story short, I be the TikToker. The guy shall later show me like 5 more shekels before I decided to, okay, this is the time to leave this relationship, and I left him alone. Yeah, so yeah, don't feel stupid. I'm not stupid.
If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time I dropped out of school and I was collecting school fees from my parents to give to the love of my life. That's my ex. If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time I came to my ex's house. I visited him like he didn't know I was coming. That kind of a surprise visit. I barged into the room. I saw him on top of another girl. And he said if I ever get angry, if I ever talk about it, he's going to break up with me. And I should go inside the kitchen and make them fried noodles and egg. I went inside the kitchen. After making it, he said I should come and serve them. I served them. And then he said I should kneel in front of him and the girl he cheated on me with to apologize and say that it was never my intention to barge in and that I don't even matter in his life. I said it though because I was afraid to lose this guy. If you ever feel stupid, you know there was a time my ex said he has an appendix and the operation is going to cost him 1.2 million. So I borrowed from those loan apps. I borrowed from like 3 different loan apps to make the money, and I collected from my parents to make up the money because the money was not enough even after borrowing from 3 different loan apps. I sent it to this guy. This guy used the money to lodge a girl that he booked her flight from Lagos to Enugu. So they were in a hotel with my 1.2 million. Booked flight for the girl from Enugu to from Lagos to Enugu. If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time my ex called me on the phone because usually I used to use my money and cook for him. There was a time I used my money to cook for my ex. I cooked, like I used to cook different food and put in his fridge because I don't want my baby to be hungry until my next visit. So he brought the other woman. They finished the food, and the girl was like he cannot continue eating the remaining one. And my ex called me that she come over. He told the girl, let me call my cook. He called me over and said I should go to the market and get something. That he wants rice, stewed turkey, and he also wants assume jollof rice. I used my money to cook. Like I stocked the fridge up for him. And when I was going, he didn't even give me transport. He didn't even give me anything. Like I left. I saw the other woman there when I came to cook. I said if I even utter my mouth and ask who is she that is going to break up with me. I love my sweet boy. I don't want to lose my sweet boy. I left that day. He didn't even call me to know if I have gotten home. I was the one that is texting him and telling him that I've gotten home. He didn't even reply me. If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time my ex went on a date with a girl, with this girl like that. I don't know. So the bill was out of his the bill, but the girl ate more than his budget, and he called me telling me that it's very urgent, that police stopped him on the road and his transfer phone is at home, that he needed 300k. I called my parents, I collected money and sent to this boy. He used the money to complete the money and paid for the date he went with another girl. If you ever feel stupid, there was a time I went out with my ex and he saw a girl he likes and said I should go and collect the girl's number for him. That I should go and collect. If I know I love him so much and I can do whatsoever to keep him, I should go and collect the girl's number for him. If you ever hi Jesus. If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time my ex said he doesn't feel like staying in his house and I should look for money and send to him, so he lodge in a hotel, and that the both of us will lodge in a hotel. So when I sent him 400k for hotel, he did not even call me or reply my message. When I was calling him, he didn't even take my call until the girl he said I should come the next day, and that was the day, like okay, maybe 2 days after he said I should come, and that was the day the girl was supposed to go. The girl he was with was supposed to go. So when I was coming in, I saw my ex like driving out from the hotel to go and drop the girl off to where he's going to, and he didn't even say hi to me. I was at the reception waiting for him to come. God, I was at the reception waiting for him to come back. And that same day, I was the one that retained the room for like the extra 2 days. He did not even give me attention. He was just only on his phone. If you let me stop here. Let me stop here. Let me stupid pass.
If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time. Let me continue. If you ever feel stupid, just know there was a time I used my money to bake cake for my ex on his birthday. He cut the cake in my presence with another girl. Like he even said, "Hi, let me stop here. Let me stop here."
If you ever felt stupid, just know that that time that I was still living with my ex, there was one time that he was not feeling fine. He was very, 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 very down. He couldn't stand up from the bed. So, and then there was spit inside his mouth. So, I now told him that he should pour the saliva inside my own mouth, so I will go and throw it for him because, now, he was very down and I didn't want to stress him. So I had to, he poured the saliva into my own mouth. I went outside and poured it for him. If you ever felt stupid, just know that there was one time in Lagos, that time that we were still on the street, that anytime we see all these poto or any dirty water, I'll back my ex, I'll back him. I will not want his leg to touch that dirty water. I'll back him. I will rather prefer the dirty water to touch me than for it to touch my ex. I mean my boyfriend that time. If you ever felt stupid, just know that that time that I was still living with my ex, I was the one that used to receive my alert. He's always receiving my alert. If person send money for me, now he go receive the alert. Come tell me, say, see, babe, see how much they send to see. If you ever felt stupid, just know that that time that I gave birth to this my child, that was during 2021 and 2022. And then because my ex was always calling me his girlfriend, and I did not like that because I've given birth. I don't know that. I did not want people to know that we are not, legally married. So I now beg him. I pleaded that he should be calling me his wife, so that it will not look as if we are not married and all that. I was the one that initiated that conversation. I was the one that begged. I mean, we quarreled over it. We quarreled and we settled. I was the one that begged him to be calling me his wife.
In case you ever feel stupid, I want you to know that I used to have a friend who cooked for her boyfriend on his birthday unprovoked. She made a lot of things, like she made jollof rice, chicken, she made salad, like it was like a very big quantity. And she brought it to the guy's house. And this guy told her that, oh, that his friends are planning something small at night, so she should just, stay around. And the truth is that the intention of this guy was just to make her serve the food, wash the plates, and do everything after everybody is done eating. So only for the party to start and guests were coming, and then the main girlfriend now came with cake, balloons, gifts. And she was like, surprise, baby. And the guy didn't even act as if that girl was there, or my friend. He didn't even act as if my friend was there. He acted as if she was the caterer. And this girl, after everything, after seeing the signs and wonders, she still served the food. She swept the whole place when they finished the birthday party. She washed the plates. This is the same guy that she gave her ATM card. She has a business. She gave this guy the ATM card of her business account so that he can use it to plan his life, because the guy said he was going through things and he wanted space in the relationship. But she said, instead of giving me space, I can actually help out. She gave him ATM card, and this boy was using it to buy things for his main girlfriend.
If you ever felt stupid, remember that there was a time I celebrated my ex birthday. So I kept him home because I didn't want him to go elsewhere, because I had called on the surprise vendors to come over to the house because they were supposed to do the whole surprise at home. So now I kept him home, and then they came, we all celebrated his birthday, so much gifts, I even bought money. I spent a lot. I don't want to even mention the figure. I spent a lot as of that time. I really spent a lot. So now that same day, after celebrating his whole birthday, that same night, because we were done with all of this around 9, that same time, he told me he wanted to go out and watch football. I'm like, no, you don't really have to go out. We have to stay together. I mean, share good moments together, because I just finished celebrating your birthday in a grand style. And he was even telling me that nobody has gifted him before, that I'm the first girl to gift him. I'm gifting him this much. So I was thinking we were supposed to have a very good time, but he insisted that he must go and watch football. I'm like, okay, no problem. So he left. He came back home around past 2 a.m. Somebody that left around 9. He came back from watching football around past 2 a.m. So when he came back, he was looking so tired, and then he went to the bed, and then he was watching a movie on his phone, and then he dozed off. So I went to the bathroom to have my shower, and when I came to bed, I wanted to help him to just keep his phone. When I think that was when a message popped in. That was when the message popped in on his phone, and the person, the number saved on that's the message that came into his phone was saved with Sweet 16.
sweet 16. And in the message she said, we were not done and you left me because of that girl. We were not done, you left. Hey, God, I beg. I went through his phone, to see more, because I'm telling you the truth, I've never done this before. I've never suspected him for anything. And then when I went through his phone, I discovered that this guy didn't go to watch any football. He actually went to spend a very good moment with another girl that didn't gift him nothing, that has not contributed to his life for anything. Now what I did was, I now got the girl's number from his phone. I saved it on my phone. I made the girl my friend. She didn't even know how I got her number. I made the girl my friend, and she had, like, this guy has never shown my picture to her, so she didn't even know I was the person. So when I made her my friend, I took her out, eatery. We went to a lounge. I told her to pick anything she wanted to take. I was gonna pay her. She did all of those things, and then we had a conversation. I was like, "Can you show me who your boyfriend?" We had a girls conversation. So it led to showing me your boyfriend. She was like, she don't have a boyfriend, that she only have a guy that she's seen, but the guy has a girl. The guy has a woman, but she's seen the guy. I'm like, oh, can I see the picture of the guy? Lo and behold, it was my man.
If you ever felt stupid, just remember that when I was 19, I dated a Yoruba guy that had a child and said that he got the child as a result of surrogacy. There was a lady living with him, but he convinced me that the lady was his best friend, that they've known each other from childhood, and she's the one helping him take care of his baby. Whenever I want to call him, he will tell me his best friend is around and that I shouldn't call, because if his best friends find out that I am calling, she would get angry and stop taking care of his child. So I would believe him and I would not call until he calls me. He would ghost me for weeks, sometimes even months, and then I had to involve my friend, and I told my friend to call him with her number and lie that I'm sick so that he would call me. And when my friend tried calling him, he picked, and my friend said, so person is sick. He ended the call on my friend's ear, and he never ever reached out to me. Then 1 month after, he called me and then told me that he traveled and his phone was bad. That was why he never reached out to me, and I forgave him and we continued dating. Mind you, we've dated for 6 months now, but I've never ever been to his place. Whenever we want to meet, we would always meet at a beer parlor, and whenever I tell him that I wanted to come over to know his place, he will tell me that his best friend and his mother is around, that he doesn't want to introduce me right now, but he will introduce me when the time comes, and I'll believe him. Then whenever I continue pushing, he would tell me that he's going to leave me, and then I'll become scared and I'll convince myself that I don't need to be curious. If I'm curious, he's going to leave me. If you also need a reason to feel stupid, just remember that when it was my birthday, he posted me around 6 a.m. and deleted it by 6:15. And if you ask me how did I know, because I was monitoring his status, and when I asked him why he deleted it by 6:15, he said his battery was low and that he needed to clear some space on his phone, and I believed him. That same evening of my birthday, he posted his best friend and his child and captioned it, "the only ones in my life." And then when I confronted him, he called me insecure, that his best friend has been with him from childhood and she's the only one taking care of his child, that why would I want to be jealous because of his best friend. And then I became scared because I didn't want to lose him, so I apologized for questioning his decision. The next day, I cooked and I took it to his estate gate. I kept calling and begging and crying for him to come out and forgive me, that I would not question his decision again. And then he finally came out and he collected what I brought, and then he told me to go back. When I got back home, I called him and started begging him all over again that he shouldn't be upset, that I would not question his relationship with his best friend again, that I would not be an insecure girlfriend again, that I don't want to lose him. And then he said he has forgiven me. That same afternoon, he posted his best friend again, but this time around he was pecking her on the cheek. But because he just recently forgave me, I didn't want to ask him about it again, so I kept quiet and I convinced myself that what he was doing was normal. So his birthday arrived and I wanted to post him, but before I did, I had to ask him, because he's always saying that he didn't want me to post him because he didn't want people to snatch me away from him, so he wants to keep our relationship private. And I actually agreed. I couldn't post him because of the rules he set. Then I messaged him that, okay, I got you some surprise, where can I give it to you, because I want to celebrate your birthday with you. And then he told me that it's not possible to celebrate his birthday with him because his mom and his best friend, they're going to be celebrating it. They're going to be doing a family party together. And I was like, okay, I want to come. And then he said no, that it's not the right time to introduce me to his family because I'm special, and that he wants to introduce me at the right time. And I agreed. So I sent a dispatch rider to his estate to deliver the gifts I got for him. Later that evening, I watched his status, because that's the only way I can keep tabs on him. I watched his status and I saw him at the club with his best friend and his friends. She was twerking on him, and I was so jealous, but I couldn't say anything because I didn't want him to leave me. And I also convinced myself that dancing with your best friend is normal. Next day came and he called me and asked me what am I doing, and I told him that I wasn't doing anything. And then he asked if I was going to be free, that now is the time, he wants me to come over to his place, and I was so happy that I was going to see my boyfriend's house for the first time. He told me to pack an overnight bag, which I did, and I was going to spend the day after his birthday with him. So I packed, and that evening I went to his place. While I was at his place, I was watching a movie in the parlor. By 11 p.m., I think 11 p.m., 11:30 ish, somebody knocked the door, and he came out from the room and said that he was going to go to open the door by himself. And he opened the door, and it turned out that it was his best friend. Me seeing that it was his best friend, I was happy, but his face changed, so he wasn't really happy. Then his best friend questioned who I was, and before I could say anything, he said that I was his friend's girlfriend, that his friend dropped me here to go pick something, that his friend is coming to take me soon. And being who I was shocked, but I couldn't say anything. I was being shuffled, but I couldn't say anything, because how can my best friend be saying that I'm his friend's girlfriend? But I kept quiet and I was looking. And then she went inside with him, and he called his friend to come and take me away from the house. His friend came. His friend told me to go and carry my bag so that we can be going. This was around 12 a.m. So I left my boyfriend's house by 12 a.m. with his friend. And while we were going, I found out that that best friend was not his best friend. That was actually his wife. She was supposed to go for a revival night, which he doesn't know why she came back that day. I was heartbroken, but I couldn't say anything. And we drove to his friend's house because there was no way I could go home by that time. His friend drove me to his house, and when we got to his house, I tried sleeping in the parlor, and his friend convinced me to join him in the room, which I said no, I wasn't going to join him in the room, that I was comfortable in the parlor. And his friend got upset that I was not willing to sleep with him, and then his friend chased me out around 2 a.m. Carried my bag, and I was looking for where to sleep by 2 a.m. I eventually slept in an uncompleted shop. Next morning by 6 a.m. I started crying, and that was how I went home. I waited for my boyfriend's call. He never called. I waited for his call to tell him the inhuman treatment that his friend did, to tell him how his friend chased me out of the house because I was not willing to sleep with him, and how I felt betrayed by him telling me that his wife was his best friend. But he did not pick any of my calls, and in fact he blocked me everywhere, and that was the last time I ever heard from him again. Are doing this trend, they're not calling names, but me, I'll call him Yinka. It's not be well with you, don't fire you there. I couldn't tell he was married. I was very young at the time, so I was naive. And if your wife is saying this, your husband denied you, called you his best friend for months while dating me. You see all those young guys, be careful before you get into a relationship with them. Most of them are married. Be very, very careful.
If you ever feel stupid, just know that at a point in my life, I dated a guy that was a chronic womanizer. He had an accident on his way to see the other lady, and he still had in mind to call me to come and take care of him. I went to his house. I would leave my job. I had a teaching job. I would close from the job to go and nurse him. I would take him to the bathroom, bath for him like a baby. I would feed him. I would clean him up. I would grind pepper with my hand for his mom, wash for his mom, cook for his mom, still go to his mom's shop to help her sell her goods. Whilst all of this was going on, he was inviting the other ladies to the house to come and have so many escapades. This same lady went spiritual on me, sent an arrow to me that really affected this part of my body. I started praying with my mom. I didn't know where the battle was coming from, but I was praying with my mom. Eventually, the guy confessed and said he had something to do with so and so lady. And then I knew where my battle was coming from. I went to meet the other lady and made a truce. I apologized to her for sharing the same man with her. And I told her that we can share the man 50-50 just so that there's no issue. I eventually nursed him back to health after like 3 months of baiting for him, cooking for his mom, taking care of him. I eventually nursed him back to health. And this same guy had the audacity, looked at me in the face and told me that in their family, they do not marry uneducated women just because I was having issues gaining admission into the university. I eventually gained admission into the university to the glory of God. On the day of my departure, I still sent him money to use to hold spirit and body together. After getting admission into the university, I got robbed. They stole my phone. I was not online for a week. After 1 week of being offline, I eventually came online. Mind you, when I was offline, he didn't try to contact me at all. I eventually came online and I saw he and the other lady on his WhatsApp DP doing love. I called him, I confronted him, and he told me that ever since I got admission into the university, I had become proud, I had become haughty. This and all, he told his parents that I had become proud, I had become haughty. He cannot talk to me again. He cannot control me again. He feels like I am acting over him. Eventually, he got the other lady pregnant. He didn't tell me. I got to find out from somebody else. I confronted him again. Out of annoyance, I was cursing him. And he told me clearly that none of the curses I laid will ever come to pass in his life because he did not promise me marriage. I think I'm going to stop here. I feel stupid already. Bye.
If you have ever felt stupid, just know that I changed my surname to a man's name that is not even my husband. If you have ever felt stupid, just know that I have once stayed under a man's roof thinking he's going to marry me. if you have ever stayed being stupid, just know that there is a young lady out there that sent a man almost 300,000 naira because she's in love and obsessed, and she doesn't want to lose him because he's broke, and she's trying to help him stand back. If you have ever felt stupid, don't forget that there is a lady out there that chose to give hi that chose to cook for her boyfriend, and on his birthday I cooked, I prepped everything, took it to his house for him to feel happy and special. And on my birthday he told me that I should go, he's going to send me money, and up until now I never see 5 naira. If you ever feel stupid, just know that I had sa with a man on the very first day we hung out. Is that stupid enough? Yeah.
If you've ever felt stupid, just know that I dropped out of school because of a guy. So I was 15 years old when this guy started checking me. I said no. Anytime I come to Owerri from Abuja, he will check me, I'll refuse. So I got admission to school in Alva, Owerri. Anybody know where you know Alva? So this guy, my year one, I just met him. That time they used to read newspaper outside. So I met him outside reading newspaper. And I wanted to act like I didn't see him. He saw me, he called my name. He said, Chai, I said, he has been talking to me. I said, no. I was going to my friend's place. All of a sudden, I didn't know what made me come out from my girlfriend's house. Met up with this guy. And that was how I started living with this guy. Like, I can't even tell. I don't tell people this story because the story is weird. Sometimes I feel that I was hypnotized by this guy. My year one, I started living with this guy in his house. This guy sells ice cream and popcorn at Inekede. So I'll follow him to sell his ice cream and popcorn. By 4, we should be done with the preparations and we'll be on our way. He had a boss that will convey me, himself, and his boy. So we'll go, we'll sell the ice cream. And whenever they are saying, your woman is fine, we say, no, I'm not his woman, I'm his sister. I was 17 years old then, and he was 35. So when I was just like, let me say, a younger one to him. So he will bring me, we'll walk, we'll close 1, sometimes 12, sometimes 2. Then he will not drive us. Most times he'll be sleeping in his car while I and his boy will be walking for him. He'll be sleeping in his car. Okay, I mean, not good to sleep. I was not even complaining. So if he's driving and maybe I'm singing, he will say, and maybe he wants to have an accident, he will say it's because of my song, that he wanted to jam the man because of my song, that I should shut up my mouth. He blames me for every minor thing. If his charger spoils, he nags, he shouts. It now resulted to this guy beating me. He will beat me silly. And when I say I'm going, he say, hey, go. You want to go and become a shower? You want to go let all these boys see you? Go. And I pack my things, and I want to go. When I get to the junction, I will turn back. I'll come back. I'll be begging him. He will tell me to kneel down and raise up my hand. I will kneel down and I'll raise up my hand. I'll be crying. I'll tell him I'll not do it again. He tell me, promise you'll not do it again. I say I'll not do it again. He'll not tell me, yeah, stand up. I'll stand up. I'll now go wash ice cream machine, do everything. I will not tell this guy I want to go to school. He said I should leave it. That when he gets married to me, he's going to open another ice cream branch that will be selling that ice cream branch. That he's a graduate of IMSU. That what did he gain? My dear parents, I said I didn't even know that. He told me his name was Michael, not knowing that my boyfriend's name was Henry. I'm coming today. So this guy, it was like that. He will nag. He's always nagging. He's always he will beat me. He will nag. He will talk down on me that nobody can be with me. If this guy was a 1-minute man, and anytime I'm complaining that, I'm okay. Because now this veggie, so when I tell him this thing not do me, you know that first time now your body be sweating you. So if I tell him, say I'm not, if I'm a sex addict, that he's not a sex addict, that I should go. It'll be like saying I shall not worry me. So I'll keep quiet and I'll not say anything. So this guy, it was like that. Then it fast forward to my birthday. Okay, before my birthday, this guy told me that he wants to his gearbox spot.
right? That he wants to repair the gearbox, and it was giving him tough time. He was sad and all. I can't they try encourage him. He said, I should not encourage him. Now my mates, they collect money from my parents to repair gearbox. Mind you, my brothers and sisters, my parents thought I was in school. So they now sent me my accommodation and my school fees, and I gave it to this guy to add up for his gearbox. This guy went to Onitsha on my birthday for his gearbox. So while I was doing my nails somewhere, so this guy now, there's this guy that came around with his friends. They were checking me. I know. I told them no, that I'm waiting for my boyfriend. That he went to Onitsha for his gearbox, and he told me to wait for him there. That I should not go home. That he wants to go and flex me for my birthday. So I was waiting for him there, and it was after 8. Those guys now said, oh, they will stay and wait so that my boyfriend will come back. They were waiting for him. He now came. He saw me. He took me. He carried me to Mimi's place. We went to Mimi's place. He bought for me malt, and he bought for himself life. So we sat down. I drank one malt, and he drank one life. But me, I didn't even reason that. No cake, no special anything. I didn't reason that. On our way coming back now with his boss, me and my face, I was facing this side of the window. You understand me? One car now passed. This guy said, shut at me, that I'm looking at the car, that because the car is bigger than his own. Is it because he's riding bus? That is why. It's a child that is worrying me. I said, please, can we not do this now? It's my special day. He said, one special day, this guy slapped him. Pah! That was when I knew that it be like that slap, it be like the scale come off from my eyes. At times I know they do again. That I'm not doing again. Say, I should go. It's Ashawo that is doing me. He felt that it was business as usual. When I come, they pack my things, he knew that I was very serious. Because before, if I did pack, I go leave some things where I go do shakara, come back. This one, I was packing everything. He now locked the door and went out. I have my own spare key. So when I wanted to go, I saw that the door was locked. I was now shouting, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. His neighbors now came. And I'm telling them that they should please take this key and open door. As they opened door for me, see Henry was not coming in. As he came in, he saw me, pushed me inside the house. As he pushed me, I said, Michael, leave me alone. He said, that's it. I stole some of his things. I said, okay, check if there's anything. So when he checked that there was nothing that was stolen from his house, you understand me? He now said he wants to search my bag. And before you open those bags, because there are so many things I packed. I said, you will waste my time, I beg. I refused. This guy now carried wine bottle, broke my head. See blood. As he did it, his neighbor could not hold it again. The boy now came inside, started beating him. He said, Henry, why you? I said, Henry? I said, the name I know now, Michael. Why are you calling him Henry? His name is Henry. He said, wow. Mind you, this boy has no friends. Nobody come to look for him. Nobody checks on him. In fact, I don't even know if I date ghosts. Because nobody, he has no friends. Since the years I stayed in his house, nobody came looking for him. Nobody. This guy, the boy bitter, man. Me, I can't use anger, deflect in motor, do all the things where I do, carry my things, leave. Till tomorrow. Like, I don't even tell people this story, but I just say, let me drop it here for my peace of mind. And I'm relieved that I dropped it, because till tomorrow, I don't even know where that guy is. And it's a shame, because I cannot imagine that I did all of that. I'm telling you, I can't imagine. Sometimes I feel that I was hypnotized.
If you've ever felt stupid, know that I was dating a guy who was cheating on me with a girl. And I found out, and he said he loved us both and can't choose. So it's either I stay and share or I go. I stayed. If you've ever felt stupid, know that I tried to become friends with my boyfriend's other girlfriend, to make the whole thing bearable. If you've ever felt stupid, know that my boyfriend was traveling to go see his girlfriend because she was in another city. I'd help him pack his bags and even accompany him to the airport. If you've ever felt stupid, know that for whenever the girlfriend was in our city visiting, I would either give them space completely or, take turns. Like if I sleep there today, I give them like 2-3 days to be alone. If you've ever felt stupid, know that at the time when he told me they had broken up, I found out he lied, but then I had to pretend because telling him I know would make him mad and he'll break up with me, and I didn't want that to happen. He eventually found out and broke up with me. If you've ever felt stupid, know that after the breakup, he would call me for genital meet and greet, and I'll rush down there, and in the middle of the whole mekwe, he would tell me, "Oh, don't overthink this. This is just genital meet and greet. This is not a relationship." And I'll cry, and I'll still stay there and collect the penny kwe. If you've ever felt stupid, know that this person would, proudly introduce us to his friends as his girlfriends. If you've ever felt stupid, know that I and this other girl started doing and go. If you've ever felt stupid, know that I still did not have any shred of decency to walk out of that. He did it for me, and I begged, and I groveled, and I cried, and I wailed, and he didn't take me back. And that was the only thing that ended that relationship or whatever it was. It's a lot, but I believe that with these few points, my award is locked down. Someone called the Igwe already. Yeah. Yeah.
Put a finger down if you have a friend that anytime she's quarreling with her boyfriend, she waits until she's on her period to use her period blood to cook for him or to curse him. And then one day he found out and pretended like he did not know. So one day she was preparing to go out. She was dressing up, rubbing cream, using her skincare products and everything. But everywhere was smelling. And she was asking her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was like that he had been perceiving the same things, that he does not know, that maybe it's a sock away, maybe it's a toilet. He's going to call the plumber later on to check what was happening. And she went out with her friends and everybody was telling her that Jesus Christ, that she's smelling, that what was happening, did she poo herself, did she wee on herself? And then she went home and then checked her cream and her skincare products and found out that her boyfriend mixed his poo with her cream and peed in her body oil.